All right, folks, we are back, and it's the morning call, and MX is staying with me. Trucker Mike actually went to work this morning, folks, so that's how well Mike is doing. He's going to work. Dave Gurman is also going to work, and again, what a great story this was, and glad to be part of it. And MX, you're staying with me, and we're going to take some calls right now. All right, so let's go right to the callers. Good morning, you're on the air.
Hey, Tom, it's Vinny.
Hey, Vinny, you got MX right here.
How you doing, Vinny?
Whoa, what a story. Me and Sandy were just thinking, Dave from Gary needs to mix in a salad. He looks like Dave ate Gary. He's a pretty big guy.
You know what? Dave is a physically fit guy. He's a very capable guy.
No, he looks fat on the TV.
Well, he isn't. He's not. Not right. He's not. He's not. Not at all. No, he had and he had an extra jersey on promoting the Gary Air Show, which is coming up in August.
Say, he has some pretty large calves.
Yeah. He's in pretty good shape.
That.
He's in pretty good shape. But look, what he and MX did saved Mike's life, and that's what's really important.
Me and Sandy were talking about that. How much more mileage are you guys going to get out of this?
Yeah. Okay. This isn't Vinny, but it's good imitation though. Good job.
Tell a podcast or something.
All right. Have a good day. Take care. All right. It's our usual. Hey, he got me. He got us both. It was that was Dave. If you're listening, that was not Vinny. So 845-1100. Let's go to the calls. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Tom. It's Patricia Macaronis. How are you?
Fine, Patricia. And you were on, of course, last week talking about Greek Fest, and it starts this Friday, right?
Actually, it starts tomorrow, Thursday.
I'm sorry, I made a mistake. You're right. It's Thursday.
That's okay. Yeah, we start tomorrow, Thursday through Sunday. So it's July 17th through the 20th, and this is St. George Greek Orthodox Church. We are located at 528 West 77th Avenue in Cherville. So we start tomorrow. So we have our drive-through that starts at 4 o'clock, and as well as our doors are open, and we do have entertainment starting with the band Together. So they're on at 6 tomorrow. And then Friday, we do have Nick Danger. And then we do have some Greek music. We have a local Greek band that will be performing Friday and Saturday. So we just want to remind everyone that our Greek Fest is starting tomorrow. And we hope to see everyone out there. We love to feed you all and come and join us.
Yeah, and one of the unique aspects, of course, is that you have the drive-up or drive-through portion of the festival. So if you want Greek food, you want great food, you can actually drive up and get the food, which is unique for a festival. So that's really a great aspect. Now, let me ask you, Patricia, somebody asked me last week, so how do they basically, how do you arrange for the orders? Do you have to call in advance, or you just pull up and wait? How do you arrange for getting your order?
Sure. So for those that are just wanting to come to the drive-through, we're very organized, I must say. So we have a group of out there that you just pull up. They'll take your order and they'll bring it right out to you. You don't have to get out of your car, and it's a pretty smooth process. It's pretty quick.
Really? So yeah. So you don't have to schedule in advance. You can really pull up. Wait, they'll bring out the order. That's for the drive-through. But again, you want to go to the festival, and we want to encourage people to go to the fest. You've got great entertainment all 4 days. There's lots to do, lots to see. There's a cultural aspect. You want to elaborate a little bit on that? You've got the Greek dancers, for example.
So Friday and Saturday, as I said, I'm sorry, Saturday and Sunday, we have live Greek music. Typically, we do have our youth dancers that do perform some of the cultural dances throughout Greece. So hopefully we will have them again this year. Definitely we encourage everyone to come out. We also have delicious Greek pastries that our women have been working so hard in making. So we have those inside in our hall. So again, you could either go through the through the drive-through, which is right in front of the church, or you could come on inside into the hall and grab your food. And then also we have our pastries And we have vendors as well. We'll have various vendors for everyone to take a look at.
And again, if you can give people the dates, the times, and the location.
Absolutely. So starting Thursday is our Greek Fest. Again, the dates are July 17th through the 20th. And starting at 4 o'clock, Thursday and Friday from 4 to 10. And then our drive-through is from 4 to 7. Saturday and Sunday, we're open from noon to 10, and our drive-through is from 12 to 7. So hope to see everybody out there. We would love to see everyone.
And the location. Give the location, Patricia.
Sure. The address is 528 West 77th Avenue, and that is in Cherville. And before I forget, one last important thing, we do also have a raffle. So don't want to forget about our raffle. So we are giving out a total I think about $1,400 if I can do the math right. First prize is $10,000. Second prize $25,000.
$14,000.
First prize a total. Yeah. So first prize is $10,000. Second prize is $2,500, and the third prize is $1,500. And the ticket donation is $20. And the drawing will be done on Sunday.
Yeah. So there's lots to do, lots to see at the fest this weekend. And if anybody wants more information, is there a website, Facebook page, anything they can go to?
Sure. They can. We're on social media, so anybody can locate us on social media. You can look us up at St. George NWI.org, and you'll be able to see all the information on there. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and for anybody that would even like to call into our office, you can call at 219-322-6165.
And Patricia, I'm going to be on again on Friday, so if you want to call about the same time Friday morning, you're welcome to do so.
Well, thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. 845-1100 is the number to call. We have another caller holding. We do, so we'll go to that caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, Tom, Vinny.
Hey, Vinny, how are you? Well,
The real Vinny.
Okay,
the real Vinny this time. Yeah, we had somebody call and they
With
they
the real
have fun.
Vinny stand up.
Will the real Vinny stand up? Go ahead, Vinny.
okay. Hey, I'm actually, I appreciate you and Dave being there at the same time. Sandy and I were listening to the program last week with Tom. I was going to call in, and, they said it was an emergency, and we just started praying that everything was going to be okay, for Trucker Mike, and we're just so glad that Dave and you, MX, were there at the time of need. And this is, I know you guys have your disagreements, but this is what it comes to being in a region that we come to help one another.
Vinny, you're so right about that, though. Look, over the years, you've had a few issues, and people have offered to help you out. And people don't realize that you can call into the station and you can be totally in disagreement with somebody else. But when push comes to shove, I still think back to the 2007 floods and all the people that showed up to help out the flood victims in towns like Munster and Highland and other communities that were hit by the floods. And a lot of that volunteerism centered around this station. I'll be very honest with you. I was one of about a half dozen guys that came from Whiting to Munster to help out in the floods, and largely we organized it based on what was going on the air. And here we had a situation where Mike's at work. People are calling, and of course, if you remember last week, they're calling and they're telling me to call 911. But the problem is, I didn't have an address, so Dave was there. He called 911. MX was on his way. He knew where he worked, and then, of course, as I said before, Paul Goddard knew that I was worried about 911, so he was giving me updates. But that's what this station is all about, and people forget that sometimes.
Well, Vinny?
Yeah.
Yeah, your prayers worked, and that this is what this is about. We've seemed to lost our way. I went to Catholic school. Tom went to Catholic school, and you probably went to Catholic school.
They want
Yes.
I want a refund on mine. No.
We'll leave that there. But, it's all about the prayers, and God put us all together. And I don't push religion, but I knew where he was at because I kind of like rode my dirt bike illegally all over that property. near that property. So what I do want to say, Vinny, is, and the callers and the listeners, that the longer you wait, what Trucker Mike had with temporal arteritis, whatever it is, the more chance you got losing your vision. So they made a quick diagnosis, and as soon as he got them drugs is probably why he's walking around today with his vision. So what I want to tell people, a lot of hard-headed steel workers, boilermakers and iron workers, they'll say, well, my vision will come back by noon. And by then, or 3 o'clock, by then it's getting too late. That's why I really liked what Broadway Methodist did. This neurologist told me that he's seen 30 to 40 of these. So he knew by the look on his face to start pumping him with the juice. Now, later on, I'll talk about what the juice means. But
we're not talking about Red Bull.
No. It's a certain thing. I don't want to get too much into the HIPAA laws. But if it wasn't for their quick thinking at Broadway Methodist, and Trucker Mike and a lot of old people, I'll go home and I'll think about it in the morning. Well, by the time morning comes, you're probably going to lose your vision out there, people. So don't be hard-headed.
Can I just jump in here? Vinny, how many years have you listened to WJOB?
In the last 20, Sandy and I have been married for 22 years, and Sandy and I have been, I've been a long listener for the last 20, but when Sandy and I got married 22 years ago, she started listening.
So the reason why
I've been a long-time listener, and we come together, and like you said, Tom, with the 2007 flood, my cousin lived right there in Munster, and her was totally destroyed. We were there helping out that whole block, with water. Anything that Sandy and I can do before she got really sick, we were there.
Well, I think what's amazing is that in the 20 years you've listened to this station, MX has been a regular caller, and I never knew that he knew so much about medicine as we're finding out this morning. Except one thing, Mark from Hobart pointed out, it's actually called Gary Methodist, not Broadway Methodist. Gary Methodist. Broadway Methodist is the one south in Maryville.
Well, Vinny, I just want to clear it up to the callers. The reason I've been in an ambulance so many times all around the Midwest is from racing motocross. And the first thing an EMT does when your bones are sticking out and dislocated, they just have a way to calm you down. And that's the method I used on Trucker Mike. And here's another thing, too. There's a lot of cruel people in the world. And Trucker Mike asked me, did you get a picture of me? Dave Gearman and myself, MX, talking to third person. It never come to our mind to take a picture of him.
Sure.
But I can describe it as he poked a bee nest or a hornet's nest, and they stung both eyes. Just went for the eye sockets, because his eyes, I'm going to tell you how this works, looked like two pea holes in a snowbank, and it was red. I thought, and so did Dave from Gary, thought that his eyes were going to start bleeding. And if you have, at my age, my parents are gone, and I've seen a lot of strokes and heart attacks, but I never seen this before. So if you got any kind of sense at all, and you're watching these people in a hospital, these doctors doing what they had to do, if they would have waited till 3 o'clock and gave him the wrong medicine, he probably wouldn't have been in here this morning.
I agree. Hey, Vinny, thank you so much for calling. We got a few more callers. Thanks, Vinny.
Okay.
All right.
You're
We're going
welcome.
to move on to those other callers. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, Dr. MX, I'm wondering if you can help me out. I've been in a relationship for 10 years now, and with this young man, and I'm the bottom. And I've got a rash on the back. Can you help me with that?
Mad Mac, did you get my text?
Can I come by and can you give me an exam, please?
Did you get my text?
Did I?
Yes.
I really like to talk to Dr. MX.
I know, but I sent you a text about coming in here at 8:30 this morning. And
you know what you
Joe.
can put on there?
Oh, I can't. This
Vicks Vapor Rub.
injury in the back is killing me so bad. Can you make a house call, Dr. MX? Do you do that?
All right.
Well, you know what? Just give yourself a
Wait a
reach.
minute.
Wait, well, let me finish. He
Okay.
asked me. Just
Yeah,
give
come on. I want to hear from the doctor.
Just give yourself a reach around with Vicks Vapor Rub.
Okay. With that, I want to point out something. You know, Mad Mac, you call in.
We had a great show, Joe.
Yeah, we're not.
We had a great
we're
show.
not going there. And
We had a great show.
Okay,
And
it went down the toilet, and I told you that Chicago news media is actually monitoring this morning. So I'm not going there. But
And that crybaby D-Lo.
Mad Mac, I do want to point out something, which is that last week you called and you called at the very end of the show. And you said something that a lot of listeners, it struck home. And do you remember what you said? That it caught some people off guard, but it resonated with an awful lot of people. What did you say at the very end?
Don't get fat. It never worked out.
No, it was God bless Dave Gehrman, God bless MX, and God bless Trucker Mike. That's what you said.
Oh, that's just like. Why would anybody not say that?
Well, it was the perfect way to end the show, though, because as one person called me afterwards and they said, look, you know, they realized that MX and Dave Gehrman got together and helped out Trucker Mike. And they said, to top it all off, you know, the fact that you called and said that you were proud of them and you appreciated what they were doing just was a great way to summarize what transpired last week. And I want to give you credit for that.
You know what's the truth, though? That type of thing should happen every day.
It should, but it also shows that we can disagree on things. I mean, you and Dave Gehrman don't agree on much, all right? But
I'd go with 0.
Okay, but at the same time, you agree wholeheartedly in helping out your fellow man. And I know you off the air, and I know the things that you do to help out people, and the things you've done over the years. And you know the acidic, sarcastic personality on the radio is a lot different than who you really are. And what was amazing last week was the fact that everybody came together to help out Trucker Mike. That was really truly amazing, and you're right. It shouldn't be remarkable. It should be the norm, but it isn't.
Common parlance on a daily basis. I mean, you know, I hear this crap from people like Verley, and I'm like, you know what? I probably help more black people than you have, sweetie. And just because you got time and you're getting a little cash on the side to do things. That's
Joe, make sure you're cutting the Jet TV feed right now because I don't want this.
That's the most meaningless help there is. When you got to get on the air to tell people all the great things you've done, listen, you can kiss my ass because I'm not going to tell you what I did.
All right.
And it out. I mean, you just should do these things.
All right, Mad Mac. We got one more caller. You have a great day. Take care. 845-1100 is the number to call. We got another caller. Nope, we don't. We lost.
We don't, but he's stressing me out.
Yeah, well, me too. You know, I mean, Joe, what do you think? I mean, you're a young guy. I mean, this is pretty amazing that here's a guy that's a regular caller, calls in last week. He's in distress. He's got some health issues. And two of our other callers, one of whom knows him, the other one didn't know him at all, know where he works and go to find him and get him medical help.
You know, I think that it was a pretty crazy day for me to call off. No, I'm kidding. But I think that, in all honesty, I think it's great. I mean, it shows that people can come together whether or not, you know, there are certain things that matter above, you know, politics and other things that we might discuss on the air. And, I mean, I've said this before with other topics, but, you know, if I get it from literally like Spider-Man, but if you have a moral obligation to do something right, if you can do something right, then you have the moral obligation to go and do it.
You know, people were kind of ribbing me over the weekend because, especially Sunday when I was at church, a couple of people came up to me and mentioned, you know, they knew about what had happened here, and they said, you know, it's interesting, Tom, because 9 months earlier, I found the dog. Remember the dog that got, you know, was in the fire, and I chased the dog down on my bicycle, and they're like, and the one guy says, I'm really glad you're here because for some reason things always work out when there's a tragedy and you're around. But I just believe that you have to help people out. And again, my hands were tied. I couldn't go myself. One, I didn't know where he worked, and two, I'm here last week till 9 o'clock. I've got to man the station, and that's my job. I'm on the air, but thankfully, I've got friends like you and Dave that pitched right in and jumped in. And I still remember I called you off the air and I just said, Mike's got problems, and you're like, I'm on it. I'm leaving. Bye. And you hung up. And
well, I knew his condition for one.
You knew his condition, but what was really amazing is that I didn't feel like I had to call you back.
No.
Because when you gave me your word, hey, I'm going, I knew you were going, and I was just sitting there thinking, okay, he's probably eating somewhere in Hammond, and I hope that the Hammond-Gary police officers get out of the way, because you're flying way above the speed limit to get to him and get there so fast. And Dave, the same thing. I mean, Dave Gurman, he called me. He just called me and said, Tom, I know where he works. I'm headed over there right now. I'm going to get him some help. And I mean, to me, it was just amazing that you both dropped everything to help a guy that was in distress.
Everywhere when I raced motocross, we rode together, was at least 120 miles an hour in the van, at least. Okay? So when I got to that corner by Michigan Avenue, by Klein, I almost ended up in the brink. If there was any more rocks there, lucky I knew to not let off the brake because I was going over into the brink. But I want to say just one thing. Kind of heartbroken.
About?
I thought Mayor Tom would call me up and,
well,
I mean,
what?
and then my hero, Chief Brian Miller, he never put a like on any of that.
Brian did. No. Brian did put a like. Brian actually posted on mine right away.
Yeah, but he put a like on his Trucker Mike's picture, but not my picture. So
well, he posted. No, he actually. I will take that back. Brian Miller actually posted.
Come on, Brian. We work together.
He posted on my Facebook page, and he said that you did a great job, and he was very proud of you. So he did say that.
But can you imagine how many radios were smashed knowing MX went to somebody's rescue?
I don't think so. Look, we're going to break, and we're going to come back. It's going to be the Munster Chamber of Commerce show, but I do have an update on the traffic on I-65. So this is again from Mark from Hobart. They just pulled the truck off of I-65 northbound. Traffic is beginning to resume. However, it looks like there might be another blockage further ahead. So avoid I-65 northbound. Hang on a sec, MX. Avoid I-65 northbound this morning. It is a mess, and it's not going to get better for some time. We're going to go ahead, and we're going to end the morning call this morning a little early because we've got the Munster Chamber of Commerce. So the Munster Chamber of Commerce show is a regular show on WJOB, part of the Community Programming Initiative. I will be back here Friday morning starting at 6 a.m. MX, you got to call in, all right, or stop in. And we look forward to talking to you all then. Keep it tuned right here all day, all week to WJOB 1230 AM, 104.7 FM, JED TV, and the TuneIn app. And when we come back after these commercial announcements, it's the Munster Chamber of Commerce show on WJOB. Take care.